Welcome back, you guys. Today we are out here on a beautiful Sunday evening. We just had about a whole day worth of rain come through, and it's about 4:30 right now, and it was raining all day like I just said. But as you guys can see, we have ourselves an absolute gorgeous evening. The sun is shining directly ahead, and then behind me you guys can obviously see where the rain just passed through. But today we are going to just be searching for some of these fall time giants. I brought with me the trusty Demiki rig, as the fish just jumps right there. I brought along the Demiki rig, the drop shot, and I also brought two bait casters with me. You guys can see right behind me. One, we're gonna throw a chatterbait on because I am curious to see what the fish is like right now. What the fishing is like, excuse me. As we just got a ton of rain, I bet these fish are probably a little riled up in a feeding mood. And as we get closer and closer to fall, these fish are only gonna push up more shallow towards these shorelines, and they should be easier to catch, hopefully at least, especially once they get in that mood. And then we obviously will have that Texas rig tied on for a little bit. You know, the water temps are still probably in the 70s. I mean, crap, right now it's 80 degrees, so we probably will catch a couple on the Texas rigs. But today it's pretty much just all about figuring out what these fish want, what these fish are going to eat, and then adapting from there. But we're gonna go ahead, get on over to our first spot, and hopefully have ourselves a very nice day on the water. Go ahead and drop this bad boy down. Make sure we always got power. Perfect, plenty of juice too. Change that to 4. But we are going to start the day off, I think, throwing around the good old jackhammer. You can never go wrong with the jackhammer. I think we're gonna go ahead, toss it on my Lew's American Hero with a 13 fishing rod. I always tend to throw a little bit smaller baits like this on this pole, and quite honestly, I'm not ready to part ways with that Geecrack. But if we go a little bit and don't get any single bites, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it on up to probably, I think a jerk bait is gonna be good on there. But like I just said, it was raining all freaking day today, so you know, I'm hoping that A, it kicked these fish up, get them to get moving a little bit, and B, I'm hoping that, you know, not just for today but long term, that these fish are going to start kind of getting into that aggressive feeding mode so that this fall bite really starts to pick up. And believe it or not, there are still people out here tubing, jet skiing, and all that stuff. We're gonna go ahead, slap on the trusty Garmin, and hopefully start catching some fish. I want to say it's a little bit risky throwing this jackhammer. They are about like $20, so it's not like they're crazy expensive, but still $20 for a chatterbait is definitely up there, and throwing them in pike infested waters might not be my best idea. Ooh, is this a fish? Nah, weeds. But I don't know if throwing a $20 jackhammer is gonna be my best idea, especially with how many pike roam these waters, but we're gonna give it a chance. The water is showing 69 degrees right now. So from Friday, today's Sunday as I'm filming this, from Friday, it is a 4-degree difference. I'm not sure if that actually makes a huge difference or not. You know, I'm not too technical or too smart on that side of the fishing. I just like to get out there and fish. But like I also said earlier, we do have a Demiki rig along with a drop shot as well. So we are still going to try and throw a little bit more of the finesse style. But we also have obviously this chatterbait, jerk bait, and then honestly, you know, I might even throw around a like a little paddle tail swim bait, because I just picked up some underspins and I kind of want to test those out. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. No way. No freaking way. I was reeling it up stopped it for half of a second, and I just lost my $20 jackhammer to probably a pike that was no bigger than maybe 15 inches. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. All right. Yep, we're not throwing those anymore today. That is extremely, extremely annoying. I think I'm gonna toss around this Demiki rig for a couple minutes just to cool down, but I think I got some of the Z-Man ones, but not the jackhammers. We might throw around that, or even a spinner bait, but oh my God. That's exactly what I did not want to happen, and of course it happened. There we go. Got him. Man, it feels nice, whatever this is. Let's see what we got. What is it? Okay. It's a nice one. Get in here. Get in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sirski. On the bellows kill. Yes, sir. Look at that. Little chunk. Probably we'll go ahead and throw a weight on her in a minute, but probably a nice 3 or 4. No, not. What am I saying? Probably a nice 2-pounder. Nope. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and check out the weight on this one fish to start off the video. If I had to guess, it's probably gonna be about a 2.2 pounder. Let's see what we got. Oh, 2.1. Little 2.1 pounder to start off the day. Go ahead and send this decent mama on home. Come on. And there she goes. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Honestly, I don't know why, but sometimes I can never get this scale to work. Like, sometimes it just does not want to weigh. Like, I always have to hit tear. So if any of you guys have any suggestions on that, please let me know. Well, surprise, surprise, they still are in the mood for a Texas rig. That's the thing that's it's so dang complicated about fall fishing. One day they won't want anything to do with slow moving bottom baits, and then the next, you know, they will crush a bellows skills just hopping along the bottom. But anyway, regardless of what you are throwing, it is always a good feeling to get a 2-pounder in the boat to start the video. Just a simple little Texas rig like this with, I believe this is like a 1/4 ounce weight. I think that's a 1/4 ounce weight. I could be mistaken, but I wanted something a little bit heavier this summer, obviously, to fish the deeper. But now it's not quite as important, and especially on a calm day like this. But there we go. First fish in the boat. You guys, this is probably a pretty familiar place for you guys by now. It's this little public swim launch area, but there is just so much weed structure, and there is a crazy drop off. And sure enough, that bass kind of came right up, not next to that swim platform, but pretty close near it. And he was hungry. We smoked him. I actually see something else down here that might look like a bass. Maybe he's hungry enough and will eat up. Oh, here we go. There's something. Wow. Big head shakes. This might be another. Whoa. Holy crap. Another nice bass. Come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh no. Oh, yes, sir. I'm gonna take a picture how he smoked that. Wait, what did I just drop? Oh, that craw. Look at the way he ate that thing right down the hatch. If I had to guess, this is probably around another 2-pounder. But let's freaking go. Man, same spot as last time. And of course, I forget my rag today. Let me see if I got one in here. No, I do have an old sock though. I guess that'll do. But dang, let's go. Two really nice fish right in that same corner. Can we make it 3 in a row on the bellow skills? This is unfortunately my last one in this color, and I was literally at the tackle store today. I thought about picking some up, but I'm like, you know what, it's the day I'm filming this, it's September 21st. Like, you know, this season's got to be coming to an end soon, right? And you know what, maybe it's not. Maybe I am a fool for not picking up some more. But dang, let's freaking go. Man, it'd be nice for... There we go. Man, it feels kind of small. Well, actually, maybe not that small. What are we even at? A largie. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Man, look at that beautiful combo. Vanford with a drop shot bait in his mouth. Gosh, need the pliers again for this one. These VMC hooks, best out there. But finally, another quality fish. Well, not really. But at this point, I'm just happy to get anything back on the board. Because we probably went around an hour with not a single bite. Well, I'm sorry, I keep saying bite, I mean fish. We went an hour with not a single fish. All right, we have officially arrived at tonight's last stop. We are back in the bay. I have not fished this place in probably, man, close to a month and a half to 2 months. For whatever reason, it just hasn't been good, so I really don't fish it. You know, the water temps here are still 72, so you know, back in this kind of little isolated pocket, the water is still relatively warmer, so maybe this, what am I trying to say, this Texas rig will get us a couple more bites tonight, but I'm not being too optimistic here. Either way, it was still a great evening, especially to get out after some rain, but hopefully we can get 1 or 2 more bites before we have to call it a night. Got him. What the heck is this? This might be a pike, the way it's fighting. Man, it's fighting weird. Nope, it's a bass. Not even that big. It's just pulling really freaking hard. Come here, you little runt. It's gonna jump. There we go. Come on, get all your energy out. Come to Papa. There we go. Little bass to end the day. Oh, there we go. Pop that out. Bruised up a little bit, but gorgeous, gorgeous fish. See ya, buddy. Man, I should have bought more of these suckers. I really should have, because I'm probably gonna get one more fish out of this guy, and then it is going to be munched to pieces. But that just means they love them. Try get back in there. Same. Man, it smells over here too. But we're gonna go ahead, get back in there, see if we can catch another one. That's the first fish I've caught back here in months, probably since July. But man, something busted over there. But the bay is coming through in the clutch for us. Let me make sure the oh yeah, it's starting to get messed up. Try and land this thing softly. There we go. Got him again. Another one. What do we got? Another bass. I'm gonna boat flip this one. Yes, sir. Look at that. That's a cool pic with the sun in the background. Send him on back. Man, I'm just praying we get through this last stretch of fishing with this bait intact. Come on, bellows, gill. I got one more in me. That's what I need from you right now. Go ahead. I mean, she's still kicking. She is still kicking. Kind of just, you guys can obviously see, crap ton of weeds. And then on live scope right there, it is, I promise it's not that flickery in real life, but kind of just trying to cast right on the outside of this weed ledge. You know, cast, let these fish come see it, and then if they are hungry, obviously they'll come out and grab it. But nothing to it. Pretty simple, you know, kind of honestly your standard summertime tactic. But I guess when it's 83 degrees out and the water here is still 72, you know, these fish are kind of still in that, what do you call it, that summertime feeding mode. And there we go. Just as I got upstairs to edit this video, I realized, you know what, I did not film an outro. So here it is, kind of just the overall thoughts on the day. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. I think we caught 7 fish in about, you know, 3.5 hours of fishing. So again, not too bad. And the first 2 fish we caught, honestly, were a pretty good size. A 2-pounder, probably a 2-pounder. And then, you know, the rest of the fish slowly deteriorated. But you know what, I was still glad to get on a bite. Obviously, we used the Geecrack and the Drop Shot Fuzzy Dice, 2 of my favorite baits. And honestly, again, I was kind of surprised that these fish are still out deep. You know, we're still finesse fishing them and we're still able to get them on the Texas rig. This whole coming week is rainy and in the 60s and, you know, high 50s every single day. So I'm curious to see, you know, what this week's weather is going to do for the fishing next weekend. I'm still gonna try and get out this week like normal, but obviously if it's pouring and pissing rain, I'm not gonna get out there. But hopefully, you know, as we only continue to push towards October, these fish are gonna come up shallow and we'll be able to throw, you know, jerk baits, swim baits, chatter baits, and get that nice aggressive fall time bite. But I wanna thank all you guys for tuning in. Hopefully I see you guys next time, and peace.